Hello and welcome to my graveyard. This is the Snail Legs channel, and today I'll be talking about the feeling of returning to a project after having taken a long break from it. Okay, so this is Moon Jellyfish Kiss. It is the project in question here. It's a queer fantasy webcomic about some lonely merfolk, and it's been on an unplanned, indefinite hiatus since January 2024. There are many reasons a webcomic might end up like this. In my case, I think it happened with this comic mainly because I wrote myself into a corner, yay. I was trying to work in a story structure that I didn't actually enjoy writing that much, with lots of smaller in-universe stories sprinkled into an overarching narrative about loneliness, which, in hindsight, was a theme that I wasn't really ready to tackle. Also, it was intended to be fairly long form by my standards, and I find longer form stuff much harder to write. So I'd written the beginning and parts of the middle. I had an ending in mind too, of course, but I'd also just gotten pretty stuck when it came time to refine what was like a page by page outline into an actual polished script. I tried to continue it a few times, but ultimately other projects won out and I ended up working on those instead. So it's been hanging out here, waiting for me to return to it. I feel like you've probably already inferred why we're here in a graveyard of all places. A lot of projects I work on wind up in this place for one reason or another. Unfinished, abandoned, left to marinate underground. Most of them will never see fruition. It's a little sad, but it's also just a part of life, or at least it is for me. Even though it sometimes makes me feel a little melancholy, I do find a lot of value in visiting my graveyard. Ideas seeded in abandoned projects can always germinate later on and be brought to grow elsewhere. In that sense, my graveyard is probably closer to a garden than anything else. Rarely, I might decide to return to a project that's been left here, as I have with Moon Jelly. And in a case like this, there are so many directions I could move forward in. They're a little overwhelming, honestly. It's been years. The way I draw, the way I write, the way I feel about the themes the comic tries to address, they've all changed. Do I continue where I left off? If so, should I try to match the old work I made back then? Or should I allow the transition from old to new to be a little jarring? Alternatively, do I want to rework the whole thing somehow? If so, how much do I want to change about the project? How much of it do I want to keep? Ultimately, I started by reading the work I'd done previously. The middle and ending I'd laid out felt weak and poorly defined, no longer aligning with the type of work I want to spend time with. So, starting with the middle and end, I decided how I wanted those to go, which eventually led me to rework the beginning as well. Writing-wise, I think the thing that's changed the most is the way I think about and structure my stories. I try to approach them with more curiosity. My planning process has started to feel more like solving a jigsaw. As a result, the new outline I wrote felt stronger and a bit more coherent than what I'd had previously, particularly in the character motivations department. It still needs work, and there's still a lot of planning and pre-production to do, but I can see the outlines of my missing puzzle pieces now, and that makes them a lot easier to find. So I guess I'm taking the path of a full rework. It's not a decision I feel that I can make lightly. I definitely feel like I've been here before. But in this case, I feel that starting over is the right choice. Maybe this time I'll be able to finish telling the story. Or maybe I won't. There's only really one way for me to find out, which is to try, even knowing it might go nowhere. I'm planning to give Moon Jelly more focus over August and September, but plans are easily derailed, so I guess we'll wait and see what happens. Thank you for watching. I hope you got something out of my video. This is a little bit of a cheeky ask maybe, but if you like my art and are in the market for something custom, I'm currently accepting commission work via Vgen. Link in the description. Have a good day and or night. Bye bye!